It is a fine Taco Titty Tuesday here at Menace to Sports. Welcome to Pound Town. This is our show where it's not even a show. It's a therapy session.
Yeah, there it is.
It's about the Cleveland Browns and the NFL in general. So most of the time, it's a therapy session for Browns fans. But if you're a Eagles fan, it's a celebration, I suppose. I don't know what that feels like as a Browns fan, but you do. But anyways, Pat, how was your Monday?
It was pretty good. Pretty chill Monday. Had some cornhole, and after cornhole, watched the home run derby. And
how'd your pick do?
Well, my pick didn't do so well, but it wasn't as bad as the Yankees' Jazz Chisholm, who I think put together the worst home run derby performance in the history of the event. So.
He was hitting a bunch of singles. Like, buddy, I don't know if you know what this game is, but those are bad.
Yeah.
Oh, I just can't remember how my pick did.
Well, I believe you did pick Cal Raleigh.
I did.
And I believe he became the first catcher to win the event in the event's history. And shout out to you for getting that right.
I just think it's hilarious. This is like when that girl fills out March Madness and wins the pool. Like, you fuckers watch baseball all day, every day. All you talk about is baseball. You know every war of every fucking player that ever played. You know everything about everything. And neither of you had your guy make it out of the first round. And my dumbass,
you had the two worst scores.
Literally, you had the two worst home run hitters in the entire event. And my dumbass, who watches the Indians game maybe 30% of the time, and that's it, no other game ever, I picked the winner. I just think it's hilarious.
Yeah, no, you know what? What is it? It's better to be lucky than to be good.
That's a fact. And of course, I didn't bet it because I'm like, I don't fucking know, but I'm gonna pick this guy.
Yeah. I mean, shit, I thought it was like that was going to be like the easy choice because he was the home run leader, like leads all of MLB at the All-Star break with home runs. Like, oh, no way he's going to win the Derby.
Right.
But sure enough, that's how they get you.
But we got an All-Star game tonight, correct?
Yeah, we do. All-Star game tonight. Yeah. And then tomorrow, I believe, is the one day a year where none of the 5 professional sports, I guess, in the U.S. play a regular or play any sort of exhibition or regular season game. The hockey, soccer, football, basketball, baseball are all going to be off tomorrow altogether.
How dare you disrespect the WNBA like that?
I said males. Did I say male sports?
You didn't. You said the main sports.
Main male sports is what I meant. We do have WNBA on
big WNBA day tomorrow. It's crazy. Do they do that for like on purpose?
Well, I know that's why they schedule the WNBA season during the summer, is that so that they don't have to compete with the NBA and like the kind of spread the wealth of the basketball, world throughout the whole year. Kind of like how the XFL or the UFL do those spring football leagues. Like basically that's why the WNBA does that.
There's not really any other sports going on right now anyways. I mean, it's WNBA and baseball, and obviously with the all-star game. I mean, if you want to count the home run derby as an event, technically yesterday there was no games either. Yeah, but except for the home run derby. But yeah, it was okay. I hate the home run derby and how it's formatted. It feels like when a guy hits a home run, by the time it's like leaving the park and they can show it to you, he's already hitting another one, and you're like, dude, can we watch the home run? So that's where I was watching it on the ESPN2 broadcast yesterday, because they were doing kind of like a split screen where they were showing the hitter swing, and then on the other side they showed the path of the ball that way. Because I know a lot of people were complaining the normal ESPN broadcast, like you would miss out on the guy swinging because they're tracking the ball. And I don't like it. It used to be so cool when they got 10 outs. Yeah, and it was like you watched every one because you're like, is it an out or is it a home run? It's not like timed or any of that bullshit. Yeah, now it's all speed based. I don't know. I agree. I miss when it was just at 10 outs. Just hit as many as you can in those 10 outs. That way you're not swinging at everything. You can kind of get into your zone. But again, there's a little home run derby, right? But how was your Monday, Zach? It was really good, actually. It was actually phenomenal. I got home and Cam's been on me to start doing receiver training, like one-on-one stuff. Mm-hmm. And so I took him, his best friend, Caden, and then a kid that's going to be a freshman at Berlin High School that ran a 10,900 in 8th grade. 10.9. Sheesh. I mean, and all three of them are going to be like, as a receiver guy, and I'm not saying it because my kid's one of them. Yeah. Like all 3 of them are going to be very, very good, minimally high school players, minimally. And I mean, their ceilings are much higher than that, but they're going to be like standout high school receivers,
Hell
all
yeah.
3 of them. So it's always fun when I get to work with kids that have talent. And coincidentally, all 3 of them were on my 6th grade football team. The only time I've been a coach since I got fired. I was the head coach of a 6th grade football team, and we ran through the OYAA league.
There we go. Undefeated.
So we were undefeated until we did lose in the semifinals of the playoffs.
Ooh, all right.
The one kid that was there was my running back, and he got a concussion, and we were down like 3 or 4 players. And at 6th grade, it's like,
yeah,
if you're down 3 or 4 of your best players, like you're
screwed.
cooked. But man, we were dialing shit up.
Yeah,
it was awesome. And if I ran the defense, I don't think we would have lost, but I didn't. I let a dad run the defense, and I don't know what the fuck we did. But anyways, no, not bitter at all.
No, of course not.
I have no regrets. But no, yeah, it was really fun. So I went out to the field for like an hour and 15 minutes, got a ton of work in, and then went home, cooked up some salmon, just hung out with Justine and the kids. My dad was in town. It was great. Good Monday.
Awesome.
Ready for an even better Tuesday.
Yeah, Taco Titty Tuesday at that.
Taco Titty Tuesday. That's a long intro. Let's get it going.
Yeah.
We got a ton of NFL stuff to discuss. We got some quarterback updates, being that training camp is coming, some Quinshon Judkins updates, the Browns rookie. If you didn't hear, you didn't check the news. He's in some shit right now, a little domestic situation.
Yeah, a bit of legal trouble over there for Quinshon.
Yeah. Apparently he punched a girl in the face. That's never good. No. Never a good idea. Really bad. If true. If true, really, really bad deal. Mm-hmm. But let's talk about it. Like the video while you're here. Trying to get 200 likes on here. That might be a record. 200.
Hell
Day
yeah.
of. Let's get it going.
Let's do it.
And if you're on Twitter, hit that retweet button. Let's get it going. Lukey, let them know what time it is, Bubba. It is. They need to level up.
I think we have some freaks in Menace Army.
I'm okay with that. Go watch the fucking film. But I appreciate you for riding with us, Menace Army. Menace out.
Menace Army! Let's get to the show!
Let's get to the show.
Let's get to the show. I want to throw this video up here for you, Zach. I didn't realize this, but the Bills actually have a new stadium in the works. I don't know why I forgot about this, but set to open up next year in the start of the 2026 season. Obviously, it's still plenty of work to be done, but looks pretty cool from the outside. Kind of similar. I feel like a lot of these newer NFL stadiums have that same shape to them on the top. But yeah, I guess shout out Buffalo getting a new stadium.
Kind of like a curvy oval deal.
Yeah. I wonder if that has anything to do with like keeping the sound in or whatever.
I'm sure it does. I mean, especially because it's a theme right now. I feel like these are how all the new stadiums are looking. But yeah, I didn't even know. I never knew this was a thing until yesterday when it was on the timeline.
Yeah.
I'm sure at some point we got reports that they were building a stadium, but yeah, it's going to be cool. Just unfortunate that it's in Buffalo, because who the hell wants to go to Buffalo?
Yeah, you can kind of see here when they go back to this is the current stadium now. You see how open it is and like kind of spread out.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then you look at whatever this new one, the renderings for the new one, and like it's a lot more
trapping that sound in.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, everyone's taking a page out of the Oregon playbook.
Exactly.
Let's build a large acoustic arena.
Absolutely. And hey, with Bills Mafia and how rowdy they get, like that's going to create some serious home field advantage. But like it's seeing this stuff that gets me. Again, I'm still super excited for Brook Park. I know I still see things on the timeline with people going back and forth, but like it's time we embrace it, guys. Like it's going to be a sweet new deal.
Yeah, shut up on the timeline. You'll all be once it's a reality and once it's there and you go to a game, you're gonna be like, this is so fucking awesome. So
yeah, I'm pretty hyped for that. Ready for this crazy stat of the day, Zach? The Dallas Cowboys over the last 15 years have drafted 10 All-Pro players in the first round. A 67%, not just hit in the first round, an all-pro hit in the first round for the Dallas Cowboys. Just an absolutely insane run for, one of the most, I guess, consistent franchises in the NFL.
When you put this stat in there, I was shocked because what do they have to show for it?
That was honestly the same thought I had.
And it's not even close. No other NFL team is even close to the Cowboys when it comes to this. Not only did they hit on first rounders more than anyone, all pros. We're not talking about like, non-busts.
No.
We're talking about all pros.
Best of their position.
And they haven't won anything.
How much of that does it come down to Jerry Jones? Does it come down to coaching? Does it come down to just players not performing at the highest level when it comes to playoff time?
Yes. It's yes.
All the above?
All the above. I mean, obviously their personnel department is doing a good job via the draft in the first round, but teams are built on the backs of mid-round draft picks and free agents. I mean, you definitely need to hit on your first round picks. You got to have Joe Burrows. You got to have that. But that's one guy a year. One guy a year can make an impact. But if we're talking about a Super Bowl, like winning something of significance, your team is built on free agents and mid-round draft picks that pan out.
But I guess what's kind of funny about this is that their quarterback doesn't even fall into this category. Like Dak was a fourth round pick, and that's a huge hit for a fourth rounder.
Yeah, that's a massive success for a fourth rounder.
If you're getting 67% all pro hit rates on your first round picks, plus you nailed it with your quarterback in the fourth round, it's crazy that they haven't even made an NFC championship game in Dak's career. It's like,
is it going to change? Like you feel like at some point the Cowboys are going to win it, and you're going to be like, okay, they finally did it.
Yeah.
Odd year Dak.
On your Dak,
is it
man.
Possible?
Is it? I'm going to sprinkle on it. I believe in the trend. I do think that there's something to be said about these historic franchises that, like, I feel like the Steelers and Cowboys are in the same boat right now, right? Both are in, consistently in the playoffs or within striking distance of the playoffs, yet just can't get over that hump in terms of, for the Steelers, it's just winning a playoff game. For the Cowboys, it's making it to the NFC Championship game, to a Super Bowl. And I feel like both those teams now are kind of ramping it back up in terms of this year and the immediate future for getting back to that postseason success. So it'll be interesting to see how Dallas does this year with the healthy Dak and kind of a relook or a revamped offense. But it's just funny, the 10 all pros in the last 15 years. Zach, do you know how many all pros the Browns have drafted in the first round since not only the last 15 years, but since 2000?
Like since their existence, basically.
Since the rebirth of the Browns. Do you want to guess? You are correct. Myles Garrett is the only first-round All-Pro that the Browns have drafted since 2000.
Insane. And I mean, you look at it like how many times have the Browns, even if they didn't have it because of some Deshaun Watson debacle, how many times have they had a top 5 pick? Since they came back.
Seemed like every other year for a while there.
Almost every year, right?
Yeah.
I mean, every now and then they'll sneak in the playoffs or have an okay year, but it feels like we've had more than not a top 5 pick. The Cowboys haven't had a top 5 pick since 1989. 1989. You're talking about 36 years ago was the last time the Cowboys were so bad they had a top 5 pick, yet they have nothing to show for it.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's been that long since they've had a top 5 pick. But honestly, it's not surprising because, again, they're, like we said, they're consistent. And
speaking to the other team and why you lumped them together, the Steelers, the last time they had a top 5 pick was 1970.
Yeah.
1970, Pat. That's 55 years ago. Couldn't be Cleveland.
Couldn't be Cleveland, man. Who did the Cowboys draft this year? Someone's asking in the chat.
Tyler Booker.
Okay, so
guard from Bama.
If you can bet on him to be an All-Pro at some point in his career, I would place that bet now. Speaking on the Cowboys, Netflix released the official trailer yesterday for a new documentary telling the story of Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys. It'll be called America's Team, The Gambler and His Cowboys.
I think that'll be outstanding. Yeah. I mean, I don't think Jerry Jones is a great owner. I think he's far too involved. He doesn't let people do their jobs. But if you want something entertaining, give me a documentary on Jerry Jones and the Cowboys. That will be entertaining, especially if they're going to go back to like the Jimmy Johnson days. Like there's been some drama in Dallas.
Yeah,
because of Jerry Jones.
It seems like they're going to stay, kind of throughout the Jerry Jones's whole tenure there in Dallas, which he's been the owner since 1989. So it sounds like it's going to be from 89 on. So yeah, I mean, it's going to be fun to watch. I'm excited for that.
But I mean, and there's your testament to Jerry Jones as owner. He might be a problem. He might be part of the problem, but he took over a team that had a top 5 pick and never had one again. So they leveled up for sure. Yeah. And I mean, it's just, I think about like, see my shirt, Pat?
Oh yeah.
Big dad energy. Mm-hmm. I think about you talk about big dick energy. Like imagine being Jerry Jones and like you own Dallas essentially. When they go to the stadium, where do they go, Pat?
They go to Jerry's World.
Jerry's World.
Yeah.
Like, you imagine if you're like, oh, let's go to Pat's Circus, and it's a $2 billion stadium with the most valued franchise in the NFL. Like, dude's doing it.
Dude's doing it real good. Zach, let's get a commercial break and then come back and talk some more NFL.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
300 people in here. Everybody push the like button. Just push it. Beep, beep, beep. Just like that. We got a golf outing. If you want to come golf with us, I promise you'll see at least one set of tits. And you get to have a great time drinking and playing golf. What the fuck more do you want? September 26th, 2 p.m., shotgun start, Golf Club of Dublin. It is the Friday before the Washington game. We will do something for the Washington game, whether it's a massive watch party or just a meetup at a local bar. We're going to do something for the game also. But go over to menacesports.com, register yourself or a foursome to come play golf September 26th. It will sell out, so make sure you get in before it does and come play golf with us. All right, we'll be right back after this. The harsh reality of being a man and getting a little bit older is most of us lose our hair. The hairline starts going backwards, running away from your eyebrows. It's just the reality of life. But we got a great tool for you to try to fix that problem. It's called Hims, and their hair loss solutions are incredible. They all work, and the process is simple. 100% online, no uncomfortable doctor visits, and they have several different things. You can choose from personalized chewable options, oral, spray, serum treatments. Find whatever works best for you. No insurance is needed, and one low price covers everything from treatments to ongoing care. They have hundreds of thousands of trusted subscribers already, and they can help you get your confidence back. 2, with visibly thicker and fuller hair. Start your free online visit today at hims.com/menace. That's HIMS.com/menace for your personalized hair loss treatment options. hims.com/menace. Results vary based on studies of topical and oral minoxidil and finasteride. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if a prescription is appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information. There you have it. Get your hair right.
Get your hair right. Zach, San Francisco is a weird team for me to follow this offseason because they were obviously in the Super Bowl 2 years ago. Last year, were pretty much Super Bowl favorites to come out of the NFC, had a real disappointing year. A lot of injuries, a lot of off-the-field drama. Brock Purdy kind of regressed, maybe due to the fact that a lot of his skill position players were dealing with injuries. So you head into this offseason, they ink Brock Purdy to a massive extension. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they give George Kittle some money. They let Deebo Samuel walk out of the door. Brandon Ayuk has requested a trade and is reportedly unhappy. And now you've got Juwan Jennings, who was slated to be the wide receiver 2 for Sam Fran heading into this year, scheduled to make $7.5 million this season in the final year of his deal. He now wants a new contract, or he wants out of San Francisco.
My man saw Garrett Wilson get paid and said, hold up, $31 million a year? I'm only making $7. It's whatever. I mean, is Juwan Jennings worthy of a conversation? Not really. He's a average, a slightly above average NFL receiver. Like, he's an okay player. And does he deserve more than $7.5 million? Maybe a little bit. But also, it's like, this is not your role. Right? Like, if you are a top 10 receiver in the NFL, you got some leverage. Juwan Jennings doesn't have any leverage.
I disagree, Zach. I think he does.
Well, I mean, I guess he does, considering the situation.
Yes, I think the situation, and also the fact that he was super productive last year. I mean, this is a team that, again, had a down year overall, but one of the bright spots for them was the emergence of Juwan Jennings, who kind of took over when Deebo wasn't producing and wasn't healthy, and same thing with Ayuk. He took over. Zach started 10 games for the first time in his career. They started more than 4 in a season, had 77 catches, 975 receiving yards, and 6 touchdowns. Mm-hmm. So put together a solid campaign. I know he was someone that I picked up in the middle of the year in fantasy and kind of helped save my season. I think that between not only his production last year when given the opportunity, but also the current state of the 49ers receiving room. I mean, you've got Brandon Ayuk, who's coming off a torn MCL and ACL, who's also, talked about wanting to be traded. You have Demarcus Robinson, who's currently serving a DUI suspension. And then you've got, Ricky Pearsall is like the only other guy in that receiver room. He was shot 11 months ago and came back, was able to play last year. But I guess we don't really know what to expect from him this year. I feel like Juwan Jennings could be the Niners' safest bet heading into the season. So I think you have to absolutely give him a little bit of a payback.
Yeah, maybe it's a good business decision. Considering the state of the room, and looking at receivers in the NFL and their salaries, if he's making $7.5 million this year, here's some receivers who are going to make more than that. Curtis Samuel is making 8. Tutu Atwell for the Rams is making 10. Yeah. Diami Brown for the Jaguars is making 10. Josh Palmer with the Bills is making 10. Jacoby Myers with the Raiders is making 11. Rashad Bateman with the Ravens, Darnell Mooney and the Falcons. These, you talk about Jerry Jeudy's making $17.5 million, $10 million more than him.
Yeah.
Christian Kirk. And then you start getting up the list and then it's okay, that's warranted. But,
yeah. But honestly, like you said, that Rashad Bateman, Darnell Mooney, in that area, I could see the Niners paying Juwan Jennings something in that range. And I think that wouldn't be outrageous. I think he's proven that he can be just as effective as those guys last year. So I think that would be a good deal for San Francisco, a team-friendly deal to some degree. But, yeah, I guess San Francisco was a team you kind of looked at heading into this season being a prime candidate for a bounce back year, right? They play in a division with Arizona, who's still a bit of an unknown. The Rams, who are pretty solid, bet that they're going to be back in the playoffs. And then the Seahawks that are also an unknown with a new quarterback. You figured that San Francisco is probably at least number 2 in that division, if not a tie for the co-favorite with the Rams to win and get back to the playoffs. I'm not so sure how I feel about San Francisco now. I think that Brock Purdy having the year he did last year, coupled with the fact that his weapons are continuing to get depleted.
Listen, I've said it since he got in the league. He had the most loaded offense in the NFL. Just loaded. Brandon Ayuk, Debo, Christian McCaffrey, George Kittle, the best collection of weapons overall. I'm talking when you go five skill players, the best group of 5 in the NFL probably, and he was Mr. Irrelevant. And don't get me wrong, I've never said Brock Purdy's not good. He's been really good, but he gets talked about like he is Mahomes or Lamar, and he got a contract like he is that as well.
Yeah.
And it's okay, let's see how he does if he doesn't have that weaponry. We saw it last year, and we're about to see it this year too.
Mm-hmm.
He's just overrated. He's overthought of because he got drafted, and I've said it from day one. If you'd have just rewrote history and put Justin Fields in San Fran instead of who they take, Trey Lance, where would Justin Fields be right now?
Shit.
I think he'd be talked about as a top 10 quarterback in the league.
I think so too. There are people that actually thought Brock Purdy was after 2 years ago. And you look at the difference. 2 years ago, 12-4. Last year, 6-9. He had a almost 4% drop off in completion percentage, 4,000 fewer passing yards, 11 fewer touchdowns, 1 more interception. He got worse in every single category. So yeah, this is going to be a big year for him, especially with those depleted weapons, to kind of go out there and prove that, all right, you're not just a system quarterback. You're not just a beneficiary of the weapons surrounding you. You can actually win in the league. And I don't know, man, I'm not so sold on the fact that he can.
Me either. I've never been sold on it. And I think this year's going to be another piece of evidence to my point.
Yeah. And I think another quarterback that kind of also fits that, same mold is Trevor Lawrence. And this is someone that we're going to be.
Oh, yes, I agree. Good segue. But he was the number 1 overall pick.
You're right.
Purdy was the last pick. Right. not the same mold. But yes, go on.
You're right. That's very true. 2 widely different ends of the spectrum in terms of draft.
You literally couldn't get drafted further apart.
Yeah. But I feel like this is another year for a quarterback where he's got the weapons around him now, Zach. Trevor Lawrence does in Jacksonville. And he was on Pardon My Take yesterday saying he came out and said this. He said, I feel like this is like getting into my prime. I got a lot of good years left ahead of me, and I need to really turn it on now. I think what we've built around me and what we've done this offseason have been a great start. Do you think this is going to be the year we see the Trevor Lawrence level up, given the fact that he's got year 2 Brian Thomas? They've got Travis Hunter over there in Jacksonville now. Will we see a Trevor Lawrence level up, kind of what we saw the back half of 2 years ago when they made the playoffs, when he was a top 5 quarterback, arguably, to finish out the year? Or is Trevor Lawrence cooked, and are you fully out on him in the NFL?
Well, he just has never done it. I mean, you look at his career numbers compared to a guy like Justin Fields, and he's at the very worst on the same playing field, on the same level as Justin Fields. And somehow we talk about him like he's a top 10 quarterback in the NFL, and he's never been that. Never. So I can't be in that he's going to do well when I haven't seen him do well. Like the minute I thought he was going to be a top 10 quarterback in the NFL the minute he got drafted. I know he was going to Jacksonville in a shitty situation, but I thought Trevor Lawrence had all the tools. He just hasn't. And we can blame anything you want to blame. For some reason, maybe it's the long locks. For some reason, although his performance has been worse than Justin Fields, both got drafted to shitty franchises, both had no weapons, both had, similar situations.
Yeah.
And Justin Fields has better numbers than Trevor Lawrence, and Justin Fields got traded for like a 6th-round pick and is discussed as a bust regularly. Trevor Lawrence never is. And I don't know why he gets a pass.
Trevor Lawrence also making $50 million a year.
Not great point. Not only is he not talked about as a bust, he got paid like he's a top 10 quarterback. The NFL going NFL.
Yeah.
And I don't believe it. I won't believe it. Now, am I saying he can't do it? No. It's like different situation and different reasons, but it's like Caleb Williams. Like, I know football. It's been all I've done since I was 22 years old is coach and evaluate football. Mm-hmm. Trevor Lawrence has the tools to do it. It's not like a guy you're saying he can't do it. It's just he hasn't done it. Will he do it this year? I wouldn't bet your mortgage on it, but he certainly has the tools to do it. He just hasn't.
Yeah, I get a little nervous, and because of the fact that the Browns have the Jaguars' first overall pick, or first round.
I feel like there's a year for them to go do really, really well and win and go to like deep in the playoffs. It's this year because of that.
Yeah,
because the Browns get their pick, so of course they're not going to suck.
Exactly, and the fact that we've talked about how the division's probably the worst in the NFL. You already have Houston, who's won it the last 2 years. But then aside from them, Indianapolis, who's been a complete train wreck. We don't know what they're going to have at quarterback. And then Tennessee, who's obviously coming off the worst record in the NFL last year. This is a big year for Trevor Lawrence to kind of prove that 2022 season wasn't a fluke. The back half of the year was a top 5 quarterback in the league, finished the year 7th in MVP voting, 4,100 yards, 25 touchdowns to 8 picks. He hasn't come near that in any other of his 3 seasons in the league, a career 22-38 record in the NFL. The signs point to the fact that he shouldn't see a crazy uptick this year, but with the weapons surrounding him, he didn't, the back half of last year was out with an injury. So we only saw him briefly with Brian Thomas, but now with Brian Thomas and Travis Hunter, I do worry that the Browns might get shafted out of a top 10 pick here, and the Jaguars might be actually something legit.
Of course they will. They will.
I hope not, but they're over under. Vegas seems to think pretty highly of them in terms of the division odds. The Jaguars have the second best odds to win the AFC South. Their over-under win total for the year is at 7.5. Houston, the favorite to win the division, has a 9.5 over-under win total. So they're right there. The Colts are also at 7.5, and then the Titans are projected to finish last in that division with a win total of 5.5 set by Vegas.
When you look at passer grades on PFF, Trevor Lawrence is 19th in the league. Ahead of him, Bryce Young, Brock Purdy, who we just talked about, Sam Darnold, Russell Wilson, Kyler Murray. A bunch of dude played. Granted, he got hurt, but he played 10 games, had 11 touchdowns and 7 picks. Like, dude's not good. We can talk about him like he is, but he's just not good.
Yeah, and it's just like one of those things too, where you saw a 66% completion percentage at his heyday in 22. Last year, just over 60%. His yards per game was down over 40 yards from 23 to 24. Like, just the production has really dropped off for him. So yeah, I'm hopeful that maybe we get that same version next year, especially as a Browns fan. So that's something that we're going to be pretty much keyed into the whole season.
Monitoring.
Yeah, exactly. Zach,
we are, as much as, I would contend, Pat, as much as we are going to be watching and I don't know if rooting for or against the Browns, but we'll be watching the Browns.
Yeah.
We don't know if we should root for or against the Browns. We know what to do with Jacksonville.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if Browns fans can unite on one thing, it's on Sundays root against Jacksonville. Like that's the one guarantee this year.
That's it.
I mean, you don't want the Browns to start off 2-1 because then you're gonna have a fraction or a divide in the fan base. Like, oh shit, 2-1, we might have a chance. And then everyone's gonna root for the Browns, and not only to just not make the playoffs and then have a shitty draft pick, but everyone in Cleveland in unison is going to be vehemently rooting against the Jaguars.
Oh yeah.
That's the one guarantee we have this upcoming season.
I am absolutely excited for that, just because, and not that I don't know, like Trevor Lawrence to me is such a hateable player in the league. I don't know what it is about him. I don't know if it's the fact that he's the pretty boy, golden locks. He was the #1 overall high school recruit, national champion in college, started as a freshman, like kind of everything's gone his way. That now it's like, you know what? You're easy to hate. So
easy to hate.
I'm on board with it. Zach, I do want to get another commercial break here and then come back and talk. We got to talk about your boy, GW, getting paid.
Garrett got that $26 million upgrade. Ooh. That's one of my guys. Now pay my other one. Terry needs paid.
That's facts.
Pay my dudes. That's all I want. Pay my dudes. Mm-hmm. All right, let's get a commercial. We'll talk about it. We'll be right back after this. I've told the story before. I'm going to tell it again. I used chewing tobacco, Kodiak, for like 15 years. And when it was time to kick that nasty spitting habit, spitters everywhere, I needed an option. And thankful for our partner, Lucy, I found that option. 100% pure nicotine, always tobacco-free, and their new Lucy breakers are incredible. They're nicotine pouches with an extra surprise. Each pouch holds a capsule that can be broken open to release extra flavor and hydration. And the best part is you can set yourself up with a subscription and have Lucy delivered straight to your door on time as much as you need it. My favorite flavor is the mango. It's outstanding. I've got it right here. It's a 12 milligram, which is double what I can get at a gas station. That's to level up your nicotine routine with Lucy. Go to lucy.co/menace and use promo code menace to get 20% off your first order. Lucy has a 30-day refund policy if you change your mind, so you literally got nothing to lose. Again, that's lucy.co and use code menace to get 20% off. But here comes the fine print. Lucy products are only for adults of legal age, and every order is age verified. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Yes, it is, but I use it every day. So, moral story, if you want to quit smoking or dipping, like I used to use tobacco, it's a godsend.
Yeah.
Right here. Boom. My Lucy mangoes.
Bang.
Don't leave home without them.
There it is. Zach, I got a little trivia for you in the chat. Can you name me? Trivia. There have been 5 players in NFL history that have had 1,000+ receiving yards and 80+ receptions in each of their first 3 years in the league. Can you tell me who those 5 players are?
Wait, give it to me one more time.
5 players with 1,000+ receiving yards and 80+ receptions in each of their first 3 seasons in the league.
Michael Thomas.
There's 1.
Justin Jefferson.
There's 2.
CeeDee Lamb.
No.
Jamar.
There's 3.
Boom. Hey, there's 5 of them?
There's 5 of them.
And they're active right now or no? Well, Mike's not, so no.
Yeah, I was going to say one of them. One of them's active. The other one I don't believe is on a roster right now, but actually he might be.
Amari Cooper?
No. Yeah, so the other one is a free agent. I don't know if he'll play this year.
Another active receiver.
Mm-hmm. One of them has one of the most
Stephon
famous.
Diggs, maybe?
No, one of them has one of the most famous catches in NFL history.
Odell.
Massive hit. Yeah, there's Odell. You're 4. You're missing one more.
I was going active. One more. Who else kind of came in hot?
Do you want an easy hint?
Yes.
He just got a bag yesterday.
Garrett Wilson.
Garrett Wilson, baby.
Duh, I should have known the segue. I got a note right in front of me. I'm looking at his fucking face.
I was going to say, I thought that was going to be the easiest one. Yeah, one of 5 players in NFL history to record 1,000+ receiving yards and 80+ receptions in each of their first 3 seasons. Funny, those 5 guys, you've got 2 Ohio State and 3 LSU, the constant battle of wide receiver U.
Yeah.
Although Ohio State's making a case for the way guys are getting paid over there.
No doubt.
Garrett Wilson inking a 4-year, $130 million extension. with the Jets, putting him top 5 in the NFL among wide receivers paid per year basis in the NFL. You have Jamar Chase at 1 at just over $40 million a year, Justin Jefferson at 2 with 35, CeeDee Lamb at 3 with 34. DK just got paid by the Steelers $33 million, and Garrett coming in at number 5, $32.5 million. Shout out to your boy, Zach.
This is awesome. He was going to make $5.5 million this next year. Just took a $27 million bump.
Hell yeah!
Like, just we talk about these numbers a lot, but to like normal people, can you imagine getting a $27 million raise?
Yeah, that's a 500% raise. What you said he was making
$5.5 million.
Yeah, just absolutely absurd.
So his paycheck was roughly. I did it with. I think they get 20 checks. They might get. I think it's like 27. It used to be game checks, but they spread it out because guys were blowing all their money and then ended up broke in the offseason, which is its own wild entity. Jesus. But if he got 20 paychecks, they were $275,000 a piece. Now, $1.6 million. So he's getting $1.4 million every check more than he used to. It's like
over 5 times more of a.
I mean, literally, like what he made in over a month, he's going to make per week.
That's crazy. Shout out GW, man. And it's funny because this is like a funny saga because we had last year all the rumors coming out with Aaron Rodgers, one of the best, quarterbacks in the history of the sport. And Garrett was talking. There were rumors about maybe Garrett Wilson wants to be traded, and so on and so forth. Now you bring in his college quarterback, Justin Fields, and those trade rumors went out the window. He inks this massive extension. Is this a sign that, I know we haven't seen it on the field yet in games, but at least behind closed doors and on the practice field, that the Justin Fields Garrett Wilson combo is going to be lethal again in New York?
I mean, I'm so biased. It's not even fair. I think so. I hope so. Not only do they have chemistry, but I think Justin Fields is undervalued. And I think now that he has a weapon, I mean, what receiver has Justin Fields had in his NFL career that's even 60% of Garrett Wilson?
I can't think of one.
No, he hasn't. Like, he's got a legit wide receiver 1.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna work wonders for Justin Fields. And the good news is no more excuses. Now you got a weapon. You got go be a great player.
Yeah.
Go be Sam Darnold at least,
and
make everyone say, "Damn, Pittsburgh really fucked up."
100%.
And Chicago certainly did.
Oh yeah, especially if Caleb Williams has another year like he did last year. If Justin Fields could ball out, I really hope so. That's one of the teams, and I've always felt for Jets fans growing up in New York. The Giants, won 2 Super Bowls when I was growing up. The Jets were always in misery the same way as the Browns were. So like I share a common pain with Jets fans, and it would brighten my day, brighten my spirits to see Justin Fields and Garrett Wilson kind of thrive over there for the Jets and see them get some much deserved success.
It'd be awesome. It would be awesome.
The funny other note about this Garrett Wilson deal is how it affects his former Buckeye counterpart, Terry McLaurin, who is currently looking for a new extension, a new contract extension from Washington. I mean, Terry's price just went up after this, right?
You would think so. I mean, in a world where, Terry McLaurin, I think, is a top 10 receiver in the NFL, a lot like Garrett is.
Mm-hmm.
Terry's done it longer.
Yep.
With worse quarterback play other than last year. I mean, I guess Garrett had Aaron Rodgers for a year. Terry had Jaden Daniels for a year. So similar quarterback situations, right?
But also Jaden Daniels was way better than Rodgers was last year. So
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. So it's pay Terry was the moral story. What are we doing? Pay him.
And I mean, if you're Terry, you got to love this because it definitely increases his stock. I was going to put him around that $30 million range in terms of what I think he could get and what Washington would be comfortable paying him. After this Garrett Wilson deal, shit, if I'm Terry, if I was thinking about 30 million, I'm upping it to 35 now. Like you got Garrett Wilson's making 32 million a year. I've been more productive than him, with worse quarterback player, arguably, worse
similar,
quarterback
just,
play.
Even just call it similar.
Yeah.
Similar situations, more productive.
Mm-hmm.
Pay me.
And I'm coming off a year which I was undoubtedly the best of my career, more touchdowns than you've ever experienced before from him.
I was one of the critical pieces that got us to the NFC Championship game.
Yeah.
Like the Jets have been awful. And not because of Garrett, he's been fantastic, but like almost out of desperation. Like the Jets are sitting there like, damn, we're probably not a playoff team once again, but they paid their wide receiver one. If you're the Redskins, you're looking at like, we were so close. And out of like hunger for that steak that you almost got last year, how do you not pay one of the pivotal pieces that got you there?
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense to me.
No, doesn't to me either. But I think that this is going to work itself out. I feel like Washington, if they don't, I don't know what their plan is moving forward. So
no idea.
This is something that's going to get done. But hopefully, Terry gets a bump just like Garrett did and becomes a top 5 paid receiver in the league. But I guess that'll be something to watch, in the coming weeks as we get closer to training camp.
Yes.
I do want to talk Quinshon Judkins here for a bit before we get to our last commercial break, Zach. More details are coming out regarding the whole situation. And obviously, we talked about it yesterday, how the alleged victim came out 5 days after the incident took place to report it. It's now being reported that the victim stated that Quinshon Judkins punched her in the mouth/chin area with a closed fist, turned around while driving, and struck her additional times in the left arm and thigh. This reportedly happened in Quinshon's Lamborghini SUV last week. Just a tough look right now, and I'm going back and forth. And again, we're going to wait to see what is found out in this whole situation and how the NFL and the Cleveland Browns decide to act on it. But as of right now, it does not look good for.
It doesn't. And I mean, this is where it's a victim statement. And I've always, having the history that I have and the experience that I have, let's not just take that as fact. I mean, this is the person that's trying either trying to get a person that committed a crime and force accountability on them, or is scorn. And it's one version of the story. But if he punched her in the mouth with a closed fist, he should go to jail for a long time.
Yeah.
It's super unfortunate for Browns fans, but that's way more important than the Browns. He absolutely should, if true. I also think if he punched a girl in the mouth, there's a plethora of evidence that it happened.
Oh.
And this should be a slam dunk case.
Yeah.
I mean, this is an NFL running back. If Luke, my 4-year-old, punched his mom in the mouth, you'd know. You'd be able to see it.
Absolutely.
Fat lip, blood, whatever. If an NFL running back does it, you definitely have the evidence. So I think this is, if true, they should have plenty of evidence. This should be a slam dunk case.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see that these two, like we talked about yesterday, have a long history together. And so we've never seen any sort of, I guess, concerns with Quinshon. And again, we followed him throughout his entirety. I mean, just a year at Ohio State, but there were no red flags surrounding him while he was here in Columbus.
But also, pussy's the most powerful thing in the world. I mean, you could take somebody that seems like a great kid, never had an issue. You listen to him in interviews, seems like a good character. You throw a pussy in the mix, maybe a couple substances, and all of a sudden somebody could really show a dark side you didn't know existed. So I'm not sitting here saying, I don't think you could ever say, oh, what? We never saw any of this before. It's like, yeah, well, that's how it happens sometimes. He had a dark side we didn't know existed, if true.
Yeah. It's funny. I've seen on the timeline a bunch of people saying, meanwhile, during all this, Travion Henderson is reading his Bible in his room at night.
Yeah, well, I told you who I would have drafted. And there's no shade to Quinshon.
No.
I just think Trey was the better pick.
And I think you even remove the, off the field, their antics. I mean, we talked about it last year during Ohio State's run that the two of them, what made them such an iconic duo was that they were so polar opposites, right? Like Travion was the praise God running back, and Quinshon was you're just pound ground, hard nose back. And it's just, it's funny how the two have gone so far. Again, we don't know what's true and what's not, but definitely is not a good look for the time being with Quinshon.
I did see somebody, of course, Cleveland is the butt of all jokes, posted a meme. And it was like checking in on the Travis Hunter trade for the Browns. And it's Mason Graham puking on the field and Quinshon arrested. You're like, oh, God.
Like it just can't get we can't catch a break.
And here's Travis Hunter in Jacksonville, just lighting it up. He'll probably end up being the rookie of the year, and
he might win both offensive and defensive rookie of the year.
Literally Hall of Famer, and we got a puking D tackle and an arrested running back.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I think Mason Graham's going to be I think he's going to be awesome. He's going to be really good. But optically, it's like, can we stop? Yeah. Can we just stop can we have one month without the Browns just getting shitted on?
Literally, that's all we ask. We don't ask for much.
No. All right, let's get a commercial break. A little bit more Browns talk, and then super chats. Get your super chats in, and also go register for the golf outing. MenaceToSports.com, September 26th, Friday, 2 p.m. Shotgun start. Washington. The Ohio State-Washington game is the next day. And at the very least, we'll be at Yogi's or somewhere drinking drinks and watching the game. And at best case, we might have a big watch party. Who knows? We're working on it. But regardless, come in town for the weekend if you're out of town. If you're already in town, you got no excuse. Sign up. MenaceSports.com. Register your foursome now. We'll be right back after this. All right, Menace Army, you want to have a great time? We got a great thing planned. Caddy Issues Golf Outing, September 26th. 2:00 shotgun start. It's Friday before Washington. It's a road game, so there's no home game. We wanted to do it at a home game, but we're going to do it the weekend of Washington instead, and then have something going on Saturday, whether it's just a meetup where we can go watch the game, or we might throw an event. But the golf outing is live, MenaceToSports.com. Lock in your foursome. This will sell out. It almost sold out last year, and if you talk to anyone that went, it was a blast. There might have been a topless woman playing golf. I can neither confirm nor deny, but it's a great time. It's full of degeneracy, full of fun, full of drinking, and some gummies, edibles, and it's at Golf Club of Dublin. Great course, great public course here in Dublin. So go over to the website, MenaceToSports.com. You can sign up for as a single golfer, a pair, a foursome, whatever you want, however many people you have. But if you want to lock your foursome in, go lock it in now before it sells out, MenaceToSports.com. We'll see you September 26th. There you go. There you have it, as they say.
There it is. There it is. Zach, I want to play this video for you. Daniel Oifusi, I think is how you pronounce his name. ESPN reporter for the Browns was on NFL Live yesterday and was asked about the Browns quarterback plan, basically heading into training camp. So
it's the most talked about thing in the NFL right now, and it's like, as a team without a quarterback for 25 years. Please let one of them be decent. That's all. Let's hear what he had to say.
We got 4 quarterbacks currently healthy on this roster. Any sense what the plan is for quarterbacks once camp opens next week in Berea?
Yeah, well, it was a fascinating spring when you have 4 quarterbacks out there who are vying to be the starting quarterback of the Cleveland Browns. And I think it was interesting to hear what Kevin Stefanski said about the spring, where it was more of a teaching and an installation process. But he acknowledged that that's going to change once we get into the summer. We're looking to evaluate this crop of quarterbacks. And obviously, as he said before, they broke up the reps to get the rookies a lot of reps when we talk about Shedeur Sanders and Dillon Gabriel. But I think that as we get closer to the start of the season, you have to look at the vets with Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett as maybe being ahead of the crop. And I think that we're going to see that a little bit. Obviously, Shedeur Sanders has been at the center of this. We saw a trend where he didn't get a lot of first-team reps. Does that change? He impressed with his progression, with his accuracy. They love what he's doing in the building. But can he crack that group and get into the first team?
Can he? Like, can we see him with the first team?
That's the big question, man. To me, it's a good sign that they're aware of that and the progression and the progress that he's shown with his accuracy, with his kind of command of the offense, even with the second team. That I do believe, after hearing that, I have some sort of confidence now that the Browns are going to get him some teams with some reps with the first team early on in training camp. I think they understand that. All right, that teaching and installation of the offense phase that happened in the spring is over now, and now it's really time about development and implementing that and seeing what they have with Shedeur Sanders, right, in the first team.
I'll believe it when I see it. But yeah, I mean, literally, not trying to be that Browns fan, but like, what works out for the Browns and what do the Browns ever get right? Not much, if ever. So like, yeah, a sane person would say Shedeur should get first team reps, but it's the Browns. Like, I just think it'd be the most Browns thing ever. We go into week 1 and it's like, damn, Shedeur's been with the twos the whole time. He was throwing to Rob Smirkovich in the preseason games. Like, we have no idea what this kid can do. And here we are. We're going to go play a fucking game.
I do believe that the Browns have to have some sort of understanding of the fact that, all right, optically, it's going to look so bad if they refuse to give at least a share of first-team reps to both of their rookie quarterbacks. Because, like, we haven't had a franchise quarterback in 25 years. You have 2 rookies. You have to figure out if one of them can be, especially before next year, where you have 2 first-round picks. And if you don't have to take a quarterback, you got to know if one of them in the room now can be the quarterback next year, and then you can build around him with those 2 first-round picks next year. And I know it's been, been saying it ad nauseum so far this offseason, but like, I feel like Stefanski understands that. And what was said on ESPN yesterday, the fact that, like, all right, I get it. The early on, you want to, it's a teaching, right? It's all about teaching and installation of the offense for these young guys. Now, given a couple months of them to understand the offense, understand everything in the building, now go do it with the first teams. That's what I'm hoping.
That's what should happen.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just logical, but that's where I'm trying to remind you, Pat. The Browns are not logical. They never do what they're supposed to do.
No.
Yes, Pat. Logic tells you that's what should happen. History tells me ain't gonna fucking happen. Like, I hope so. Like, that first report of Shedeur got first team reps and whatever you want to fill in after that.
Mm-hmm.
Because killed it, thrived, sucked, doesn't matter. I just need the headline to say Shedeur Sanders runs with first team and then fill it in. Don't care what it says. I mean, I kind of care what it says, but as long as that's how the headline starts, I'm like, okay, they're at least trying.
Oh, yeah. And I honestly, I don't care what it says the first time. As long as he gets reps, like, it could be shit. At least he's getting reps. And then you have a base. It's like, all right, well, now we know he needs a little more work before he's able to start. If he comes in and starts thriving with the first team, then you're like, oh shit, maybe we got something here.
Yeah.
And that's something that I'm sure we'll see play out early on. I hope so. But
sure.
we've got a week to figure it out and speculate all we want. But rookies report on Friday, and then starting a week from today, the 22nd, the full team will be there in Berea for training camp. So we've got a week more of pondering and wondering what Stefanski and the Browns coaching staff are thinking, and then we'll actually see it out on the practice field. So
yes, we will.
Zach, I do want to get to some super chats here.
I love super chats.
Yeah, it's the best. Ryan, thanks to the 2. Purdy and Hurts are the same to me.
Yeah, I mean, I think Jalen Hurts is maybe not. That's a good point. I mean, Jalen Hurts had the 23rd passer grade according to Pro Football Focus. So 4 spots. Or where was Brock? I'm sorry, that was Trevor Lawrence. Where's Brock Purdy?
Brock Purdy was right.
Oh,
I think just ahead of him.
He's
right?
15th.
So Purdy's 15th. What was Jalen?
23rd.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I mean, Jalen Hurts, a lot like Brock Purdy, Jalen Hurts is like the perfect fit for what they do offensively. And I think that's a testament to what the Eagles have done. I mean, they built an offense around their quarterback's skill set. It's a lot like the Ravens. Like when the Ravens drafted Lamar Jackson, they had to custom tailor an offense around him. And we're not comparing Lamar to these 2 quarterbacks, but you got to go all in when you draft a quarterback and build shit around his skill set. And I think that's what the Eagles have done a masterful job of.
Yeah, it's funny. You look at the last 4 years now for Hurts since he's been the full-time starter. Just passing attempts from 21 through 24, 432 attempts in 21, 460 in 22, 538 attempts in 23, only 361 passing attempts last year. So they significantly, almost 200 fewer passing attempts from Hurts from 23 to 24. But we saw an uptick in completion percentage, 65.4 to 68.7. His touchdown percentage increased, 10 fewer picks, which was a big thing for him, is limiting the turnovers.
Oh, for sure.
But more yards per attempt, more air yards per attempt. And that coupled with his rushing ability, 630 rushing yards last year, the 14 touchdowns. I'm putting him ahead of Purdy, but I do get the comparison.
Yeah. I mean, I think, I would put him ahead also, but they're close.
Yeah.
Like it's a great point, Ryan.
Mm-hmm. Lawrence, thanks for the 10. I am wondering if the Brown brass are equipped to handle a franchise quarterback.
That's a great question because we've never had one. Who the fuck knows if they can handle a franchise quarterback?
I mean, we saw they handled Baker, and that didn't really go too well. And that was the closest thing we've had to a franchise quarterback in the last 25 years.
In hindsight, he probably was a franchise quarterback.
Probably was. I mean, he's killing it in Tampa. It is alarming how many QB carriers have been ruined. 250 million jersey sales, if true, is the exact reason 12 makes the team. I agree with that. I think, and honestly, that was probably part of, if the rumors are true, of Haslam kind of pushing that pick on Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski in the 5th round, is that he knew it's going to generate a ton of buzz. It's going to generate jersey sales, like you said. It's going to bring people into the building on game day.
And as a businessman, you're looking at it like, you guys are definitely going to fuck this up, so at least let me sell some jerseys.
Yeah.
Like, I have no faith that you guys are going to get this fixed or right, so at least let me get $250 million in jersey sales in the 5th round.
But like you said, I don't know if the Browns are equipped to handle a franchise quarterback. We just talked about how they're already fucking it up with Shedeur in terms of making sure they're getting a rookie ready by refusing to give him first team reps so far. Now, if what Stefanski said is true about the teaching and the installation phase of it, then we should see it pretty soon here in training camp. But yeah, I don't have much confidence in the Browns getting this right.
No, I just call me a creature of habit.
Yeah.
I just don't see it.
And I'm a dying optimist, so I'm going to believe it to be
you're
true.
You're the opposite of me. I am a realistic pessimist.
Oh.
You are a dying optimist.
It's just it's how I'm wired, for better for worse. Coach Zach, thanks for the 5. Pat, stop taking sneak shots at the Titans, bro. I'm sick of your shit. He played well against the Titans, but they had the worst record in the NFL. Well,
I see nothing but a fact.
Yeah.
Stated.
I mean, it's just facts. And also, my team had the same record as your team last year. So it's, if any shot I take on the Titans is also a shot that I can take it myself.
It's not like we're Eagles fans.
Yeah.
Just gloating.
No, exactly.
We're all in the shit together. Well, at least the Titans and Browns fans are.
Yeah. Ryan, thanks to the 2. If only the Niners would have drafted Fields.
Dude, I've said it from the minute they drafted Trey Lance. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. You had the perfect quarterback for your system. Can you imagine if the 49ers drafted Justin Fields and built an offense around him like Philly did with Jalen Hurts?
That's.
I think they'd have a Super Bowl and he'd be a top 10 quarterback in the NFL. I really believe that.
Absolutely. I mean, shit, that's what Jalen Hurts is now, right? Super Bowl winning quarterback and fringe top 10. Like, I think it's exactly what Justin Fields would be. And he's definitely a better passer than Hurts.
I think Justin Fields is better than Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
At everything.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, what is Jalen Hurts better than Justin Fields at?
Getting tush pushed from behind. That's probably it.
Yeah, getting his shit pushed in from behind.
Oh, but you're right. That's a fair point. Bless you, Zach.
Thank you.
And bless you again.
Aha.
That's all we got super chat wise. Get us out of here on this Taco Titty Tuesday.
I love it. Almost an hour long. That's what our goal is. Almost made it. We appreciate you, Pound Town. Go sign up for the golf outing, menacesports.com. Smash the like button. Trying to get 200 likes to get this show to pop. We got 600 people in here. If you're on Twitter, hit retweet. And if you're on YouTube, smash the like button. That's all you got to do every day. You don't have to pay for anything. If you don't want to pay for golf, don't pay for golf. That's okay. I get it. But the one thing you have to do is retweet if you're watching on Twitter and like if you're watching on YouTube. It takes nothing. $0, minimal effort. Help us out, please.
That's it.
We'll see you tomorrow at 9 or today at noon on Menace if you want to watch. We appreciate you, Pound Town. Menace out.